y'all, it's Vegan Girl Crush. I hope y'all are having a great day or night, and today I'm going to be showing you how to cook some vegan butter beans. Honestly, butter beans could already be vegan, but it's a good southern meal. It's super easy to make, and yeah, I'm going to show you how to do it, so let's get into it. So this is all the ingredients that you're gonna need right here. It's pretty simple. So you obviously need your butter beans. I chose canned ones. You definitely obviously can opt for fresh. Fresh is always gonna be the best, but girl, I'm tired. I work a full-time job and I'm pretty tired, so we're going with canned beans. But yeah, I just use these kind. And then let's see, obviously salt and pepper for seasonings always. I'm gonna add a little chili powder to it just for some spice, and some red pepper flakes, and just a tad bit of tomato paste, just for, you know, a little something something. And then I'm gonna cut up an onion. I'm gonna put it in there. And then yeah, I'm gonna eat it with some rice. I got my big bag of rice. And also I'm gonna make a roux just to give it a little coloring and to just make it taste like a tad bit better. I'm just gonna need a little bit of flour and let me get my oil, and a little bit oil to make your roux. Yeah, so stay tuned. I'm gonna show you how to make these vegan butter beans. Let's go.
Okay, so first you're gonna go ahead and chop up your onion into fine pieces. Sorry, the onion's a little bit out the frame.
All right, y'all, once you've got your onion prepped and sliced, then you're going to start making your roux. So you're just gonna need some oil and some flour. I'll film the process for you so you can see how I do it.
So first you're gonna go ahead and pour some oil into the pot, just enough to cover up the bottom, and then you're gonna pour about 1/8 of a cup of flour into the oil. Alright, y'all, so I'm stirring the flour I added like 1/8, and it's not looking thick enough, so I'm definitely gonna add some more flour. So yeah, let's see, I added some more flour, and now I'm stirring it in the oil. It's always better to obviously add less, and then you could always add more, you know. Yeah, getting it thick. I honestly might add a little bit more flour, but not too much more. I've added 1/4 of a cup so far compared to the oil that I have, so maybe just like a tad bit more, because it's still a little, you know, it's still a little wet. I want it to get more dry. Alright, this is probably the final amount that I'll add. I added a little bit more. I'm just going to stir it in nice and good, and then after I stir it, I'm going to add a little salt and pepper to it, just for a little bit more taste. And then yeah, the thing about a roux also to take note of is you have to like constantly keep stirring it. If you like think you're gonna just let your roux cook for 10 minutes and then walk away, you're not gonna have a roux. You have to stay really close to it, and yeah, so just make sure you're staying close to it and stirring it frequently. So I added a tad bit of salt and pepper to my roux, and I'm just stirring it. Like I said, just stir it frequently, like don't walk away from it. It'll take a few minutes to cook, but like it's not something that you don't want to keep your eye on. Otherwise, it'll just get really stuck to the pot, so yeah.
Alright, also y'all, when you're cooking your roux, you're gonna notice that it's gonna start to smell bad, and that is perfectly normal. Roux do not ever smell good. I don't think I've ever made a roux and it's smelled good, so that's just a little pro tip. Don't be worried about the smell, it's gonna go away. Also, my roux is starting to turn brown, so I'm gonna show y'all what that looks like and when you know it's finished.
Alright, so the roux is starting to get a little thick now, starting to stick to the bottom a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my onion and some garlic. Right, and then you see like after you add your onion, it's going to get a little, ooh, it's getting smoked out right here. Oh my god. Hold up just a second. You can see like it's gonna start getting thicker and thicker because you added your onions in. And you're gonna wanna just let your onions brown a little bit. Sorry, my camera's getting a little foggy, y'all. It's steamy in here. And now I'm also gonna go ahead at this time and add my garlic. It could be minced garlic, garlic paste, whatever. I just have garlic paste at my house right now, so I'm gonna use that. Alright, so I let that cook for about 2 minutes with the onions and garlic all together. And now I'm going to add a little bit of that tomato paste in here, just for that little extra flavoring that I was talking about. And I'm just stirring that tomato paste up in there. And like the tomato paste, it's really not necessary. If you don't have it, like honestly, you don't need to go out and buy it. I'm just getting it because I think it makes it taste just a tad bit, a little bit more flavoring to it. Alright, so after you added all that stuff, this is what the coloring's kind of gonna look like. I know it looks really gross, but I'm telling you, roux are just kind of an essential part of Southern cooking. And then, yeah, so now that we've got our roux pretty good to go, I'm gonna go ahead and get the beans. Alright, and like I said, I got 2 cans of beans. I also left the juice from the butter beans in here just because I think it adds a little extra flavoring. Y'all know I'm all about my salt and flavorings. So that's 1 can. And here is that 2nd can. Looks great, y'all. I'm excited. Alright, and then you're gonna give it a really good stir. And we're about to add a bunch of seasonings up in here. Also, y'all, I'm gonna take one of the empty cans and I'm gonna fill it up all the way with water and add it to the pot just to have a little bit more gravy since we're gonna eat it with some rice. Tasty vibes. Let's do it. Alright, so now that we added some water, we're gonna go ahead and start adding all of our seasonings and spices. The first one, obviously, you gotta add some salt. Salt makes everything taste great, and I put a lot of seasoning in my food, so don't judge me. I like my shit seasoned. So we got some salt up in there, and obviously do it to your preference, like however much you like. And then I'm gonna add some pepper. I also like lots of pepper, so I'm gonna put a good bit of pepper as well. Add your pepper in there, and then give that a good stir, as I like to say. Alright, and then after that, I'm gonna add a little bit of chili powder, just for a little extra something in there. Not too much, just a tiny bit. Then I'm gonna stir that up. Alright, cool. And then I'm gonna add just a few red pepper flakes. Once again, just because I really just like my stuff kind of spicy. Alright. Then we're gonna stir that up. Alright. And then after you add all of those seasonings, then you're gonna let it come to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, you're gonna wanna cover it with a lid. So I'm gonna let it come to a boil, and then I'll show covering with the lid. But while that's coming to a boil, we're gonna start making our rice. We want our rice to be ready when the butter beans are ready as well, so rice time. Let's go. I got my big bag of rice, and I'm gonna make 2 cups. Always keep in mind I'm usually feeding 2 people, and I always make leftovers for lunch the next day, so I can take that to work. So yeah, I'm gonna get 2 cups of this, and I'm gonna put it in the pot. 2 cups of rice. All right, and now we're gonna add double the water. And I always add just a little bit of salt in my rice as well. It also helps it not stick together. Okay, so I've got my rice in the pot and I've got my butter beans all ready to go. I'm really just waiting for them to boil, and then I'm gonna cover them both. Our butter beans came to a boil, so we're gonna go ahead and cover that. Also, in the process of that, our rice started boiling, so you're gonna go ahead and cover that as well. Yeah, once all that's boiling and you got all the covers on everything, that's pretty much all you're gonna do for a while. Occasionally you do want to stir your butter beans just to make sure, you know, they're not getting stuck to the bottom of the pot or anything. But yeah, you kind of just can let that cook however long you want, really. I usually let, when I make beans, at least cook for an hour. I mean, the longer you let it cook, you know, the more the seasoning's gonna set in and taste better. But girl, it is, or gentlemen, whoever's watching this, it is a weeknight and I got work tomorrow, so it's not getting cooked for more than an hour. Also, make sure you lower your fires a little bit. I would say the butter beans, put on like medium to low heat, and the rice you definitely want to have on low heat. I guess I'll come back in an hour and update y'all on the process. Alright y'all, so everything is finished cooking, so I'm gonna put everything in a bowl, mix it up, and do a little taste test for you. Alright, and here is the butter beans. I'm mixing them up in the rice, and y'all, This literally smells amazing. I cannot wait to eat it. Like, my stomach is growling. I took a higher quality video on my phone because my camera sucks, and dude, just look at that. It looks so good.
Oh, I'm gonna take a little taste test. Let's see. It's like steaming hot right now. Oh my god. Dude, it's so good. Alright, y'all, I'm like really hungry. I worked all day, so I'm ready to eat these butter beans. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you make these, please let me know. Drop it in the comments. Tell me if you liked it or not, and tell me if you thought it was easy or hard to make. I'm definitely gonna come out with a new video soon. And yeah, make these butter beans. Send me food pics. I love food pics. And yeah. So good. But anyways, I hope y'all have a great day or a lovely night, and I will come out with another video soon. Laters.